Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, or rather theory video. For today the question I raise is whether or not Evileye could return and join Ainz Ooal Gown. But before we attempt to answer it, let me thank my Patreons for supporting this channel. Now, after Overlord's 14th volume, the Sorcerer Kingdom had annihilated Ainz, with only 10% of its total population surviving. But Evileye and the rest of Blue Roses made it out of there, almost unharmed, and what harm was inflicted was self-inflicted, in order to weaken Lakios enough to put her into mind control. And the Adamantite ranked adventurer team is, as far as we know, safe in a land far, far away, likely the kingdom of Invernia. So, is this all there is to Evileye's storyline? Or is there indeed something more? And I for one do very well believe that she could indeed return in an attempt to join Momon, the hero of humanity. And I do believe this for two very different reasons. For once, I highly doubt that this is all there is to her storyline. Evileye is not only a fan favorite, but the entire plot of her loving Momon the hero, who is also her hated enemy, the Sorcerer King, isn't resolved at all. Neither does she truly know who Momon is, nor has she even indeed confessed her love to him. And the second and in-universe point I want to raise is the fact that it was brought to Evileye's attention that she just could have teleported herself to Momon during her off time, something she acknowledged and scolded herself for. After all, she really could have thought about it all along, so given both an external and an internal reason for Evileye's return, she might very well actually teleport herself one day to Ainz in order to meet up with Momon, which would bring up another plot point, yet unaddressed. Ainz Ooal Gown has secured Ainz via anti-teleportation magic, which is only deactivated during very specific hours, so that Shaltik could add and remove items from the city in an efficient manner with her gate spell. So if Evileye attempts to teleport herself into the city, she might just be hit with anti-teleportation magic and either delayed or outright killed by it, all depending on the current setting of it. Or if she teleports herself right in front of Ainz, or indeed suspect that the Sorcerer King has put up some sort of protection against teleportation magic, then she will likely enter the city normally, be introduced to its customs by the greeters, and she will then search for Momon, the hero. Now, if Pandora's actor is in the armor, which is the most likely case, then he will probably just brush it off as another praise from the general populace. I mean, with Einsach Pluton, the head of the Adventurer Guild, wanting to show Ainz Ooal Gown, who back then was dressed as Momon, various brothels and escort services, in the hope that he would father a child and settle down to protect the city of Ainz, it is fair to assume that he's showered with attention from likely every woman and some man in town. So he likely would thank her, vote to protect the city, and then tell her to play somewhere else. However, if Evileye is indeed intercepted by the anti-teleportation magic, then it is very likely that she will be a prisoner of Ainz Ooal Gown and the Sorcerer Kingdom. But with her knowledge already acquired by him during the 6th volume of Overlord, her life, or rather her unlife, wouldn't hold any value to him, and this is the point where it gets critical, for Ainz Ooal Gown has promised that if the time is right, Antoma would be allowed to have Evileye. Generally speaking, the Sorcerer King would likely classify the teleportation attempt as an intrusion attempt into the heavily secured palace, and possibly as an potential act of assassination, and therefore would be able to put Evileye into a dungeon. At this point, Evileye might even attempt to beg Momon for help, screaming at the top of her lungs that love will conquer everything, and that she has the strongest warrior of humanity at her side. Ainz in turn will be reminded about how Team Foresight has lied to him, and held a similar speech, only making him angrier. But after a while of being imprisoned, Momon will indeed show up. Evileye then confesses her love for him, and she will also happily answer every single question her hero and savior has. After that, the armor will disappear, and Evileye will like Clementine witness the true face of Momon the hero. For he is indeed the hated Sorcerer King after all. And after this emotional torture, Antoma, buffed by Oriole Omega, will then enter her cell, and the only thing remaining of Evileye will be her voice. So if she returns to Irantel for Momon, which I think will likely happen, especially since Lacus might exile her from Blue Roses for putting her under mind control, then Evileye would likely find herself only confronted with misery by either one-sided love or a downright execution by battlemate, and the only recourse she would have against this action would be if Evileye becomes a citizen of the Sorcerer Kingdom right then and there, and she would do it in order to join Momon in protecting the people. In essence, she would become his co-worker in the hope of dating him, which again will very likely be rejected. But as a citizen of the Sorcerer Kingdom, Ainz will likely prevent anyone from attacking her, as long as she herself doesn't attack anyone or break any other rules that would normally lead to execution. Evileye would then live under the illusion that Momon is the only reason the citizens are enjoying peace and safety from the Sorcerer Kingdom's undead, while Pandora's actor will be annoyed, and eventually a greater doppelganger could be used to replace Pandora's actor, for Evileye is unlikely to be able to judge the power of a level 100 character correctly, and then somebody else will be annoyed. So basically these are my 3 scenarios for her return. And remember, it is not clear that she will ever return, but I find the current situation somewhat dissatisfying, considering that we never found out how she would react after she literally puts together that Momon the hero and Ainz Ooal Gown the Sorcerer King is one and the same person. And with that said, I'm curious about your theories, whether or not Evileye might even return, and if so, what would happen to her? And with that said, I thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Adam J, Al Capone, Andy, Angel of Death, Bad Guy Yi, Ben C, Boyzilla, Chappie, Chrissy, Conquer All, Death is Mercy, Diabetic Centaur, Dystopia, Elika Birchleaf, Phalis Catus, Feral Shivan, Forbus Gurupulon, Gigafight, Ghost of Epicness, Guy with Dead Head, Hector Marino, Black Phoenix Emperor, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, Kleinator, Chromius, Large, Lifa, Legendarius, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Lord Ulbertalain Odell, Luces Ollie, Lexus Fox, Majima, Matt, Matt C, Marcos, Michael R, Mr. Shoes, Mindless Wrath, Minnow 13, Mirtis, Nfiria's Potion, O'Kill, Paddy Pantum, Primus 11, Sasuga Einsama, Sebastian, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Surge, Sparkly Unicorn, Sunlight, The Mad Alien, The Orc Warboss Rock Ed Smasher, Ultra Suck, Vash Hawkeye, Venture Fanatic, Zoggo Bane of a Lot, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon. Over and out.